Midnight light on a dim-lit screen, clicking through stories you wouldn't believe. Cold case trails and courtroom scenes, whispers from the grave and media dreams. Truth is stranger, hearts beat faster in the shadows of a news disaster. Scrolling deep where secrets hide, you found the stories time won't deny. Headstones and headlines, the tales collide. Justice and mystery, side by side. From backwoods clubs to breaking news lines, you shine a light where the silence lies. Oh, headstones and headlines, you dig where the truth won't die. Small town rumors and urban fear, a voice for the lost who can't speak here. Through every name, through every case, you hold the truth in a steady place. Cameras roll but justice lingers, truth unravels through careful fingers. You tell the story, speak their names in a world that's quick to look away. Headstones and headlines, the tales collide. Justice and mystery, side by side. From backwoods crimes to great night trials, you trace the echoes through every mile. Oh, headstones and headlines, you dig where the truth won't die. Some run from the dark, you walk right in with a question and a camera lens. It's not just a crime, it's the lives they led. The voice is still talking from the books unread. Headstones and headlines, the veil is thin. Truth gets louder when you begin. With every view, with every line, you bring the forgotten back to life. Oh, headstones and headlines, you dig where the truth won't die. Yeah, headstones and headlines, you tell the stories that time can't hide.
Hey everyone, happy Sunday. I don't know about anybody else, but this weekend, actually every weekend, seems to go so fast, and it's back to work already tomorrow. It's like you blink and the weekend's over. So thanks for being here with somewhat short notice. I was sitting here listening to Sinners Live, and I was like, you know what? I think I'll just do a quick live, kind of not really, as heavy as a live as we did yesterday, although I do have a couple of updates. I think it was yesterday, actually, I had seen a clip of Tyrese, and I was like, what's going on with Tyrese? And it turns out that his dogs apparently are loose all of the time from his mansion in Georgia. He wasn't home at the time, but his dogs attacked someone's pet and sadly killed the dog. And the law enforcement said, you need to turn over the dogs, and Tyrese said no. So they issued a warrant for his arrest. And he finally turned himself in and was booked into jail and released on a $20,000 bond. So I just thought it would be an interesting story. It is a little bit heavy, but not as heavy as the ones that we're used to on my channel. And then I just have a few other lighthearted stories at the end to talk about. So we're going to get right into it. So yesterday we had talked about this psychopath named Vincent who was stalking a young girl named Maria for several months and decided to drive 70 miles an hour in a 25-mile-an-hour zone and hit her and her best friend Isabella while riding their e-bike. So Isabella, there was a wake held for her, so they had a short clip remembering her. And then I also have an update on Kimberly Sullivan, who, for those of you who may not know, Kimberly Sullivan is a dirtbag who held her stepson captive for 20 plus years. I believe he weighed 68 pounds. I may have the number wrong. Either way, he was held captive for 20 plus years. He deliberately set a fire in order to be rescued. And she was in court because she wanted, one, her GPS monitoring device to be removed because it was, quote, an inconvenience. And excuse me, there was also a motion that she be able to go back to the house to live. So we're going to take a look at those two things first. We'll get into Tyrese. And then, as I said, I have a couple of other stories that are, one of them is actually very interesting. It's about a teen cyber attacker. And I also saw, I think it was yesterday, an interview that Eugene Levy did with Prince William. And I thought I would share that with all of you because when I watched it, I was like, this is like such a great pairing of, people talking. And then lastly, I have a story about a cat photographer because, as you all know, I love cats, and this story is really cute. So thanks everybody again for being here. I did see Curious was here first. Evil Queen, no worries. That story yesterday was definitely hard to cover. Hey Coddle, thanks for being here. Oki, good to see you. Pookie, Sinner. If you have a mansion, you should be able to afford dog runs. You should also be able to keep them inside with some type of an electric fence or, and apparently they just run loose all the time. And it's not just one or two dogs. It's a pack. It's a pack of dogs that go around terrorizing the neighborhood. Not cool. And sadly, this kid lost his beloved dog. Hey, Marie, how are you? Thanks for being here. Zoe, good to see you. All right, so we are going to get started. The first thing that we have, as I had mentioned, is a wake was held for Isabella Salas, who was one of the girls killed in New Jersey. I believe it was Cranford, New Jersey, by a psychopath named Vincent, who is also 17. So the two girls were 17, both seniors, and the boy who hit them is also 17. And if you haven't seen my live stream from yesterday, I do encourage you to go watch it because it's a hard story to hear, but it's a really interesting story as well.
A wake was held today for one of the two teenage girls killed in a hit and run in Cranford, New Jersey earlier this week. Christy Kalisian heard from loved ones who shared fond memories of the teen who loved to sing and act.
Tearful, tight embraces from family and friends outside of Dooley Funeral Home in Cranford as loved ones of 17-year-old Isabella Salas cope with unexpected loss.
You're out of words. You don't know what to say. Anything you say is like, is it enough?
Dora Barrientos shares that Salas was the flower girl at her son's wedding. Those who were close to Salas called her Bella. She was involved in her high school and local theater groups and choirs.
Oh, God, she was a ray of sunshine.
You knew when she was in the room. Just ray of noise and delight and just character.
Salas was on an e-bike with her best friend, 17-year-old Maria Neotis, when police say they were mowed down on Monday by an SUV that fled the scene. Court records show the driver was going at least 70 miles per hour in a 25-mile-per-hour zone. CBS News has identified the suspect as 17-year-old Vincent Badaloro, now charged with 2 counts of murder. Loved ones believe this was an intentional attack.
And, you know, loved ones believe it was intentional. It was intentional. No one drives 70 miles per hour in a 25-mile-per-hour zone and hits 2 people on an e-bike. I can see people going 70 miles an hour in a 25, but they don't normally hit people. Also, Vincent had said on a live stream about a week prior that he was seeking vengeance. Premeditation, in my opinion.
Claim he had been stalking Neotis in the weeks leading up to this and that she had already filed a restraining order against him.
The adults in this town failed her, in this world failed her, and this is just another example that we don't pay attention until it's too late.
Investigators have not released a motive. Neotis' funeral was held on Friday morning.
Terrible tragedy for the parents. Can't believe what they're going through now.
For now, messages of love and strength for the grieving families, along with prayers for justice.
I'm so sorry for their loss. It's crazy what happened, how it happened, and I just hope the best for them, and I'll be praying for them.
Salas is survived by her parents, grandparents, and younger brother. A funeral in nearby Westfield is set for this coming Monday morning. In Cranford, Kirsty Kalishian, CBS News, New York.
Hey, Ocean Tide, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, Marie, so sad. I agree. So I will be keeping an eye on what is happening with Mr. Vincent. It's a shame, for real. Okay, so next, Kimberly Sullivan, just a quick clip in regards to her. She was in court, I think it was last week. And so we'll just see what's up with her.
Well, the woman accused of imprisoning and torturing her stepson for more than 2 decades was back in a Waterbury courtroom.
And, you know, she's petitioning the court to be able to return back to her home. I know initially she had said she wanted to go back to get some personal items, but I thought I had read that she motioned to be able to return to her home, like to live, but it doesn't seem like it would be suitable to live in at this point, especially with the damage to the second floor.
From today and tonight, one of the provisions of her protective order is no more. Kimberly Sullivan was arrested in March after a fire at her home where her emaciated stepson was discovered. She appeared before a judge today for a pretrial hearing.
And Fox 61's Alicia Hercules was there and now joins us live outside of the courtroom. Alicia, the prosecution and defense had requests for the judge.
Annette, today's hearing focused on 3 motions, 2 from the defense and 1 from the state. The big takeaway is that Sullivan is now allowed back in the home where police say she held her stepson captive. Kimberly Sullivan was back in a Waterbury courtroom for the first time since March. She faces several charges, including assault and kidnapping. Her attorney, Ioannis Koloidis, filed 2 motions. One of them calls for a change to the protective order against her. That order listed Sullivan's stepson as having the same address as Sullivan, so she was not allowed to return there to collect her things. The judge approved.
Okay, so it is just to collect her things. So she's not able to to live there, but she's able to get some of her personal things.
The request. The other motion calls for Sullivan's GPS monitor to be removed. Colloidis says she had several issues with the device and called it an inconvenience. That motion was continued until Sullivan's next court appearance. Her attorney says he is confident the motion will be granted.
And an inconvenience? I mean, what about, allegedly what she did to her stepson? Was that not an inconvenience for him to be starved and held captive? Like, she can deal with a GPS monitoring device.
Meanwhile, the state filed a motion to block the defense from accessing medical records, the address and name of Sullivan's stepson. Sullivan's attorney filed an objection to that. Colloidis believes there's no reason to shield the accuser's identity. The judge also continued that motion. Sullivan was arrested in March after a fire at her home. First responders discovered her 32-year-old stepson, who weighed only 68 pounds at the time. The stepson said he started the fire to gain his freedom. He detailed years of abuse inside that home, going back to when he was 11 years old. Colloidis says the allegations have turned Sullivan's life upside down. Colloidis says they are fully prepared to take this to trial and continue fighting these allegations. Sullivan is expected back in court on October 31st. Live in Waterbury, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Halloween, how fitting for Miss Sullivan. So October 31st, I believe that's a Friday this year. All right, so we'll be on the lookout to see what happens with Miss Sullivan at the end of October. Hey, Steph B, thanks for being here. Connie, aka Sister Karen, thanks for being here. Always ring the doorbell. I agree. Okay, so we are going to get into the lead story, so to speak. Tyrese Gibson was asked to surrender his dogs after they killed a neighbor's beloved dog. He said no. So a warrant was issued for his arrest. He was dragging his feet for a little bit, but he did finally turn himself in and was booked and released on a $20,000 bond. So we're going to take a look at this.
Baby, promise me you'll stay, baby.
He's an award-winning R&B singer and best known in Hollywood for his Fast and Furious movies. Yeah! And this morning, police in Georgia have issued a warrant for his arrest over his large dogs at his Atlanta mansion, who are now accused of killing another dog in his wealthy neighborhood too.
And I just wanted to back up that. Oh my gosh, look at that little baby doggy. So sweet. Oh crap. I don't think I can because my thing is in the way. Dang it. Let me do this. I just wanted to
dogs
see
at his Atlanta mansion.
So there's one. Yeah, 5 dogs. That's a pack of dogs. And clearly they have a fence around the area, but they're getting out and just causing mayhem all over the neighborhood.
Are now accused of killing another dog in his wealthy neighborhood 2 weeks ago.
If anybody shows up, I want you to bite their ankles off.
Police say they asked him to surrender his dogs, and he said no, leading them to search the home for the dogs while he was away. And when they didn't find them...
Oh, I didn't realize they actually went to look for the dogs when he was away. And when they didn't find him or find the dogs, that's when they issued the warrant.
They issued an arrest warrant for the singer and actor, accusing him of animal cruelty.
They have been released in our neighborhood for 6, 7, 8 months now. They've been off the leash at least 30 times.
Police say the neighbors have complained that his dogs were often running loose, and on September 18th, they were seen on a neighbor's security camera.
They aren't. Like, look at them. They just go in a pack looking for whatever. I mean, and honestly, if, like that one caller said, if it's been going on for months, I'm surprised, you know, that something hadn't happened prior to this. I mean, it's awful. Absolutely awful.
Accused of killing Harrison Parker's
like
much
coyotes.
smaller 5-year-old dog.
The pack of those 4 dogs were there minutes before I found Henry's body. And there was absolutely no cars, no humans, just the dogs. He died alone in the darkness at night, and I wasn't there. Henry was a little King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. I raised him from a little puppy, from just a few weeks old. And you know, he never left my side. I really hope that justice is fully served.
Gibson was out of the country that night, and in a statement says to the family, "Please know that my heart is broken for you. I'm praying for your healing and for your beloved pet who never deserved this."
Yeah, he's issuing a statement that his heart is broken for them, but wouldn't surrender the dog. Like, those dogs are dangerous. They are a gang of bully dogs. So, I mean, yeah, he's saying that now, but if you were that heartbroken, you would have done the right thing without having to have a warrant issued for your arrest.
His lawyer tells us that Gibson accepts full responsibility and made the incredibly difficult decision to rehome his 2 adult dogs and their 3 puppies in safe and loving homes.
Wait. So you mean to tell me that these dogs, so 2 adult dogs and their 3 puppies, killed another person's pet, but we're going to rehome them where they can do this again? I hope law enforcement is on this, because that's probably why he was dragging his feet. He was trying to find somewhere to bring the dogs so that he wouldn't have to surrender them. Not cool, Tyrese, not cool.
The question now is, when will Tyrese Gibson come in and handle this arrest warrant? And is rehoming the dogs, as he has said he has done, going to be enough for authorities? Or do they still want possession of these dogs? And if they get possession, are these dogs in any risk of being put down? In a video he posted to social media, he suggested that he is in Los Angeles and is cooperating with authorities. Guys.
A lot of open questions here.
And if he's in LA, so he was out of the country, which, you know, he travels, whatever. He's in LA currently. Like, who is supposed to be watching those dogs? Because clearly no one is watching them. I wonder where his mansion is. That's one thing I should have looked up before I went live. Let's see if I can find it. Where is Tyrese Gibson's mansion in Georgia? Sometimes you can find addresses. Oh, here it is, in the Buckhead neighborhood. Wow, that's a big house. 25,000 square feet. Holy crap. Let's see. I wanted to see if there was like an outside photo, because I'm just curious what it looks like. Because based on, oh, here it is. There's a YouTube video about it. All right, let's take a look at this. Actually, let me try this one. Let me see what this one looks like. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let's just take a look at this quick. Oh, he has actually, there's a backyard part. So this, I don't know, who is this? Architectural Digest. This is being used in accordance with fair use. So we'll watch the intro and then we'll go to the backyard.
All right, all right. You know, it's a mansion, but I'm from South Central, so you open your door and you look to the left and the right. I'm just playing. Now come on in. What's up, AD?
And I would think in a home that big that there would be even a room. The dogs would have their own room. Okay, so let's go right to the backyard because that's what I'm curious about. Oh my gosh, look at that kitchen. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, here we go. Here's the backyard. Or no, what does that say? Outside. Okay, so let's do outside. Was taking care of the outside. Oh, Pookie, yeah. Connie says I live in 800 square feet. Well, I know, tiny. I mean, 25,000 square feet, like, that's like more than, about 10 times as big as my house.
The yard.
I
The
can't
yard is a
imagine.
little over 2 acres. And then the reason that I fell in love with this house, because it's completely isolated. It's surrounded by greenery. When you come home, you want to feel safe. You want to feel like you're a cell phone that gets an op.
So it looks like there's a fence, but it's not a big fence. And that's why I'm saying, like, he can afford an electric fence so the dogs couldn't get out at all.
Opportunity to jump onto the charger and decompress and relax. This is a trampoline that I set up for my daughters. And if you're a parent, if you have not embraced the idea of a trampoline, they get nice and tired. Now, I'm never going to tell my daughters that, but this was all a booby trap, and it worked. What you're looking at is an outdoor theater. The screen is humongous.
And I can't tell if that is a huge fence, like a wall back there, or if that's another building.
Never seen an episode of AD where you show anybody's home at night. So I'm going to break the rules right now and give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown. 3, 2, 1. Ah. Oh.
Okay. I guess that's all we get for the outside is...
It's nighttime. Look at that screen. Look at that. My. I'm 6'1" in height. So the screen looks big, but watch how big the screen is after I walk up to it. The projector shoots up a 4K image, and everything about this place lights up at night, and the screen is actually outdoor and it's waterproof. So I want to take y'all back in the house.
Okay.
So I want to take y'all back.
Okay, I was going to try to see if that was a wall, but according to this... he doesn't really have... I mean, it looked like there was a gate where they were showing the dogs, but... and that was an old video, so it is possible that... and it froze. There we go. I was hoping to see maybe something more up to date, but all of the houses I see, or the houses, all of the photos I see only show like part of the driveway and the front of the house. Oh, wait, here, is this it? Let me see. This might be an over... oh, yeah. That is a huge freaking house. It's blurry. I would assume that there's a gate around it, but... okay. Oh, Nope, we don't want that. Yes, Steph B, this is the one where it took place. It took place in Atlanta, yes. So it says Tyrese Gibson failed to turn himself in following arrest warrant for cruelty to animals, police say. Tyrese Gibson failed to turn himself in to police after an arrest warrant was issued because his 4 Cane Corso dogs mauled and killed a neighbor's dog in Georgia in mid-September, police said Tuesday. Okay, so I thought there were 5. So I guess there were only 2? 2 adults, 2 puppies? The warrant for cruelty to animals issued for the Fast and Furious actor is part of an ongoing issue following multiple calls about the dogs in the past few months. Our priority is the safety of the community, and when there's so many incidents of dogs, especially large dogs like this, getting out and then killing an animal, what's next? A child? Our main priority is safety, and that's why we want the dogs in custody. Gibson had received multiple warnings before the warrant was issued, and police had attempted to cite him before the attack, but the actor wasn't at his Atlanta home. Dwyer said she spoke with Gibson's lawyer last week and informed them the actor had to turn himself in by Friday. So police were well aware of these dogs being loose before they killed this kid's dog, but he wasn't home, so he couldn't be cited. Hey, Team Britt, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. I've been thinking about you. Steph says, why wouldn't he hire dog trainers and dog nannies? That would be chump change to him. Right. And if you're going to have dogs and you're staying, you're out of the country, or in this case, he ended up in LA, you need to make sure they're locked up, that they can't get out. Cane Corsos are huge animals. I had never heard of them before. Let's see. Cane Corso. They look really like stocky. Oh, okay. So Cane Corso. Okay, so it's an Italian breed of Mastiff. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so a Cane Corso can cost anywhere from $250 to $8,500, with most purebred puppies from a reputable breeder falling between $1,500 and $4,000. That is crazy. All right, so this is from the American Kennel Club. Let's see what they say. So males' height is 25 to 27.5 inches tall. Females are about 23.5 to 26 inches tall. Weight proportionate to height. Well, that doesn't help. And life expectancy 9 to 12 years. Okay, so traits and characteristics: affectionate with family, 4 out of 5. Closer to lovey-dovey. Good with children, not recommended. Good with other dogs, halfway between not recommended and good with other dogs. Okay, so they just have, let me look up weight. Okay, so females can weigh between 88, on average, 88 to 99 pounds, and males are on average 99 to 110 pounds. And I'll show y'all just in case you guys, I mean, they're stocky. Like, if I saw one, I would probably run away. They're like muscular. They're like, oh, do they, Team Brit? They get much bigger than that. Oh, okay, thank you. Corsos are very dangerous when untrained. Bad owner equals bad dog. So kind of like, you know, with pit bulls or really any dog. You have to, you know, train them. And it seems like these guys just, you know, they got to do whatever the heck they wanted. They got to do whatever they wanted. Oh, wow, Joe, 115 pounds. They breed them to be bigger. They are muscular like the dogs on Stranger Things. Yeah, it's almost like, I don't even know the word. Like, I just feel like dogs shouldn't be that muscular. I don't know. So it says Gibson's attorney, Gabe Banks, wrote to in an email to the Associated Press the actor is, quote, cooperating fully with authorities to address and resolve this matter responsibly. Gibson wasn't home when the incident took place and immediately made the difficult decision to rehome his dogs to a safe and loving environment. No, sir. He didn't make an immediate difficult decision. He rehomed his dogs instead of surrendering them to law enforcement. Safe and loving environment? Like, no, not cool. Just after 10 p.m. on September 18th, a neighbor of Gibson's, whose house is a half a mile away, let their dog, a small spaniel, out to their yard and returned 5 minutes later to find the dog had been attacked. The dog was rushed to a veterinary hospital but did not survive. The 4 dogs were then seen at the next door house, where the owners called police, saying she was afraid to leave her house. Animal control officers responded and were able to keep the dogs back while the neighbor went to her vehicle. Right then, those dogs should have been taken in. Police issued a search warrant for Gibson's property on September 22nd, but the actor and the dogs were not at the residence. So he skirted around. He knew what was going on. And if he was not in the country, he ended up in LA. He orchestrated it with somebody to get those dogs out of there. That's shady stuff. Thank you, Team Brit. I'll check. Banks wrote that Gibson extends his deepest condolences to the family who lost their beloved dog to this tragic incident. Gibson posted a video to Instagram that included various clips of his dogs early Monday. He didn't speak in the video, but rather included audio from the podcast The Breakfast Club, where hosts discussed the case. What? That is so weird. Let me see. I don't think I can get to Instagram on my computer. Because I don't have... Oh, wait. Maybe I can log in with my headstones. Facebook. Nope, it's not letting me. And why would you post a video of your dogs when you're supposed to be surrendering them? That's weird. Oh, 4 days ago, his lawyer Okay, so this is interesting. So this was 4 days ago. For immediate release, Gabe Banks Weaver Law Firm, so that's a lawyer, statement on behalf of Mr. Tyrese Gibson. Oh, and I'm not sharing. Whoopsies. On behalf of my client, Mr. Tyrese Gibson, we wish to extend our deepest condolences to the family who lost their beloved dog in this tragic incident. Tyrese's heart is truly broken, and he has been praying for the family constantly, hoping they may one day find it in their hearts to forgive him. While he was out of town when the incident occurred, he accepts full responsibility for his dogs. Immediately upon learning what happened, Tyrese made the incredibly difficult decision to rehome his 2 adult dogs and their 3 puppies, so it was 3 puppies, in a safe and loving home. The liability of keeping them was simply too great, and he could not bear the thought of anything like this ever happening again. Well, the fact that you gave them to someone means it is possible that it happens again. From Mr. Tyrese Gibson. After nearly 40 years of being a passionate dog lover, raising everything from Pomeranians, Yorkies, Shih Tzus, Maltese to larger breeds like Shar-Peis, my dogs have only ever been treated as family. They've never been trained to harm, never spent a single day in attack or protection training, and they've grown up playing with kids and smaller dogs in my home. Excuse me. That's why this incident has left me shocked, devastated, and heartbroken for the family affected. As an empath, my heart hurts deeply for their unimaginable loss, and I've been trying to reach out directly to express my sorrow and condolences. I am not overseas. I'm here in LA with my family, still mourning the loss of my father just 15 days ago. To the family who lost their beloved pet, please know that I am praying for you, grieving with you, and will continue to face this tragedy with honesty, responsibility, and compassion. Please note, the blogs and the media are using images of Cane Corso dogs that are not my actual dogs to paint a very different picture. This is not about me. This is about the family that's dealing with a very unexpected tragedy. I just wanted to post this and give some clarity. May the Lord Jesus Christ continue to cover their family and my family. No one wanted or expected to wake up to any of this. All right, let's see what this video is.
What she told Atlanta media is that they received a phone call September 18th from a neighbor who let his dog out at night, only to find the dog dead on the ground minutes later from a clear-cut animal attack. Now, according to law enforcement, Tyrese was warned multiple times about the Cane Corso prowling the neighborhood. The direct quote is, "It is negligence on his part as a homeowner and to just let the dog roam free." And now they've killed an innocent animal. The police say that they obtained this warrant and that they plan to search Tyrese's home and like all these things. So Tyrese,
so he posted this video to show that his dogs aren't aggressive. Like, what would be the point of posting this video showing them that they were loving animals when they clearly were not? They clearly were not.
I spoke to him and he says, number one,
now when they said search the home, they're not searching the home for anything but the dogs. They just want to get the dogs.
Yeah.
What usually when a dog does a bite, just explain to anybody, when a dog bites anybody or a person or anything else, they take the dogs for 30 days to make sure the dog doesn't have rabies or there's nothing else wrong with the dog. So it's like doggy jail.
So they put the dog in the county for 30 days.
Yeah, they do, for real.
The search already happened, which is why the warrant was issued. So they went to his house on September 22nd. There was a search. Tyrese nor the dogs were there.
Yeah, looking for the dogs.
Yeah, so then that's where the whole warrant conversation came from. But Tyrese tells us exclusively that he is not on the run. He is in LA with his family. And that his attorneys are dealing with all of this. If there was any obligation for him to turn them.
That's a pretty big dog. Like, he's sitting on the ground and he said he was 6'1". That dog is huge. In my opinion, that is a big dog.
In at this day, this time, whatever, it would have been done already. But he says that is not the case. That is not what's happening.
He said there was a rumor that he was going to Dubai. He said he's not going to Dubai. He's actually with his family.
Yeah, and so.
Hey, Lulu. Yes, this is Tyrese. He his dogs killed a neighbor's dog in an attack, and he refused to hand over the dogs, and then he refused to turn himself in for a little bit when a warrant was issued for his arrest. So he has finally turned himself in and is out on $20,000 bond.
He posted he was going to Dubai, but he always does this around this time of year.
Oh.
His birthday is, I think, in December, so he always travels.
Yeah, but I guess they made it seem like he was running to Dubai. He said no,
if you
not at
follow
all.
Tyrese, he does this every year. He always
said
talks
no.
about how he's going to different places.
He said he's in LA with his family.
Yeah, so he also shot us a statement as well. And in the statement, he's speaking directly to the family. He's saying that, his heart is broken for the family that lost their dog, and he's praying for their healing, for their beloved, over, the death of their beloved pet, who never deserves this. He says that he remains committed to facing this matter with honesty, responsibility, and compassion. He also says that since the day he learned of the tragedy, he's been actively trying to reach out to the family directly to express his sorrow and condolences. He knows nothing can undo their loss, but he wants them to know he is truly heartbroken.
And so he had written on here, I had no idea on any level, because in my house, this is the vibrations of our furry family. I can't, the one neighbor said it's been going on for months. So I find it hard to believe that there would be no other calls to law enforcement about this pack of dogs, terrorizing the neighborhood. They did mention, the one woman who she was afraid to go to her car because they were, refusing to leave. But I don't know. I just think this is a little bit of, I guess, showboating. Let me go to my email quick and check for Team Brit's email. All right, and I did get your email, so I will definitely check that out. Okay, so I have one more video. Let's see. Or no, I think I have two more videos, actually. Oh, dang it. I do. I have two more videos. All right. So this is where he did turn himself in to the Fulton County Jail in Georgia. Yeah, irresponsible owner. I agree. To post a video about how loving your dogs are when you know what they did, like, come on, dude. Like, that's insulting. If I was the family that lost my pet, I would be insulted. And I would be livid that you're trying to show that your dogs aren't dangerous. Hey, Nanny, how are you? Oh, really? Your son has a cane corso?
We are working to learn when Tyrese Gibson will appear in court after he was charged with animal cruelty.
That's right. It's a case that we've been following for some time now. It all stems from an incident in which his dogs were accused of killing another dog in a Buckhead neighborhood. 11 Live's Joe Ripley joining us live. Joe, Tyrese, he made a brief appearance this morning. What did you see?
That's right, Faith. In fact, Fulton County officials say Tyrese turned himself in to Fulton County Jail around 6 o'clock this morning. He did post $20,000 bond, so he's no longer at the Fulton County Jail. Tonight, though, he is charged with misdemeanor animal cruelty. Take a look here at his mugshot from this morning. Warrants say the actor knowingly and intentionally caused physical pain, suffering, and death to an animal by allowing his 4 cane corso dogs to run around the neighborhood more than 5 times in the last 5 months.
Okay, and he's saying that these images that they're showing of dogs are not his, and they still say 4 dogs, whereas the lawyer said 2 dogs and 3 puppies. So he's saying that these are not his dogs, that the media is using images of dogs that aren't his. Well, they definitely look like his dogs based on the video we just saw from Instagram.
By allowing his 4 Cane Corso dogs to run around the neighborhood more than 5 times in the last 5 months. 2 weeks ago, police say the dogs killed a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel named Henry. Warren State Henry had broken ribs and severe internal bleeding. Take a look now at Ring doorbell video obtained by 11 Alive this week. It shows the 4 Cane Corsos barking and growling in that neighborhood just minutes before Henry was attacked. We've learned the dogs will be relocated to a home in Middle Georgia, but Henry's owner says in all this, he's devastated over his loss.
He and I were just best friends. I raised him from a little puppy. I want justice for my dog. But more importantly, I just don't want this to happen again.
And tonight, Tyrese's attorney tells 11 Alive the actor does send his deepest condolences and that the actor is cooperating fully with police. Right now, we're still working to learn when Tyrese may make his appearance in court. For now, we are live here in Atlanta. Joe Ripley, 11 Alive News.
Okay, and, oh, damn it. Give me 1 second. I did find, as they were talking, I did find the street address of Tyrese's home. Okay, so I'm going to share this. So this is his home. This is his mansion in Georgia. You can see, ooh, that house is gorgeous. Oops. Look at that. That one is amazing. That one is beautiful. But anyways, his house is right here. And there is, I'm surprised he doesn't even have a gate. But you can see he's got, security. There's the signs there. Attention, attention. And I mean, so this tells me that the dogs, if they're outside, I mean, there could be a gate to the backyard, but this is telling me that his dogs were just able to run around as much as they wanted. Let me see if I go just a little bit here. I mean, it doesn't look like there's a fence to the backyard. There's hedges. Gated community? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like. No. It doesn't appear to be. So where was his house? Is right here. That house is huge. But this one right here is the one that I'm interested in. That house is absolutely gorgeous. But no, it doesn't look like it's a gated community. And they said that the dog that was attacked was about a half mile away. Which, I mean, that's a pretty good distance for dogs to be running around. I mean, because when you think half mile is what, like 1,400 feet? No, not 1,400. What am I talking about? Ugh, what is going on? How do I get rid of this? There it goes. What am I talking about? A mile is like over 5,000 feet. So like 2,500 feet. So, okay, so this is an inch is 2,000 feet. So, I mean, that's pretty far. A half mile for dogs to run around. And it's, yeah. No reason. There should have been people watching those dogs. Oh, that's your house? And actually, we're going to take a little detour. Like I really like this house. Look at that. Like that is just like come on. That house is oh, look, there's people sitting on the fence. That's funny. Like, look at that. What is the address? Oh, so here's 2019. That's so funny. You go from 2019 to 2025 within like one click. All right, we're going to look up this house on the internet. We're going to take a little. So 3594 Tuxedo Court, Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, oh my God, oh my gosh. I'm going to, before I show you, because it's on Zillow and we have pictures of the inside, I'm going to do a poll. How much do you think this home last sold for? Actually, is it on? Hold on. Is this house for sale right now? It is for sale right now. I think I need to start doing a fan fund to buy this house. So what do you think the asking price is? And I'm going to give you some stats. There are 6 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms. It is 13,664 square feet. Built in 1990. 1.19 acres, so about 1.25 acre lot. So Pookie says 3 million. Steph says 4.5. Any other guesses? And then we're gonna take a look. Oh, stop doxing you. Well, I'm gonna show the inside of your house next, Team Brit. So what are the chances that this is actually for sale right now? Fury says 8 mil. Team Brit says 3.5 to 4. In California, that would be 17. Hi, PS. PS is saying 7 million. I'm guessing so many bathrooms because every room has a bathroom, and then you have like bathrooms that aren't attached to bedrooms. Oh, good, Team Brit. You'll give me a good deal. Okay, so the asking price is 5.895 million. Everybody's got lawyer funds. I'm gonna start a mansion fund. And of course I'm kidding, but we're gonna take a look at this house. This house has to have history. I feel like some historic, well-known person has had to live here. Let's see, I want to make these bigger. Just that staircase, it's just... When did it go on the market? Good question. Let's see. Let me just go back. We'll get back to the pictures. 195 days ago. So like 6 to 7 months. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to slurp in your ears. Okay, so they have, wow. I don't need a house that big, but oh no, Team Brit, that's not good. Yes, PS, it was before the attack that it went up for sale. Yes. That's a good thought though. I would never like this is just too big of a house, but that kitchen is gorgeous. Like, look at that island. That island is like probably the size of my bathroom, to be honest. Maybe a little bit narrower, but pretty close. And that's true. I wonder, like, I don't know if there's any other houses for sale in this, where Tyrese's house is, but I mean, I could see where people are like, I don't want to live there if he's got, these crazy dogs. Yeah, there you go, Pete. A house that big for all of us to visit. Like, this bedroom is, I mean, I can't even imagine having a bedroom that big. That bedroom is probably as big as the majority of my house. Ooh, that bathroom, no. Ugh, look at that closet. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's interesting. And I mean, look at how empty. Like, the rooms just seem so empty because they're so big. Ooh, a secret door. A bookcase door. That's pretty cool. Does it go to the... Oh, no, it doesn't go to the bathroom. Elevator. Wine cellar. Movie theater. This house has to be... Oh, no, it said it was built in 1990. Like, this looks like it's from, like, the 70s. 60s or 70s. No. Like, look at all that space, and it's... I don't know. I don't know if this is really worth almost $6 million. I don't know. I think I was in love with the outside more than the inside. That was it. I definitely think the outside is much more appealing than the inside. All right, so back to our regularly scheduled programming. We're going to get back to Tyrese, but actually, let me go back and see how much that house sold for, if it's been for sale before. Oh, it has not been for sale before. So actually it has. So it was listed in March of 2025 for $6.195 million. And then they reduced the price in May of 2025 to $5.895. The mortgage is estimated to be $36,000 a month. Oh, let's see what so I have a pretty good credit score. So let's say I'm going to put a down payment of $3,000. Let's see. Oops. Okay, so according to, I just kind of did like a, based on my income and my monthly bills, this your viability says that I should probably just go for a house that's about $100,000. But they say if I put a bigger down payment, then maybe I could afford this $6 million house. Never gonna happen, but that was a good little detour. Good little detour. Team Brit says you could add on a catio in the back. Yeah. Well, I could even, like, if it's got, and you know what? The one thing is, like, with having that many 6 bedrooms, it didn't look like there were pictures of many bedrooms as it was. And like, I could just have a whole bedroom, make it into you know, like maybe add more windows or okay, let's get back to this. I'm getting distracted by beautiful homes. I will spend hours upon hours watching videos of mansions in California. Just in awe. Just in awe.
Tyrese Gibson surrendering to Fulton County Police 2 weeks after his dogs are accused of killing another dog in a Buckhead neighborhood. 11 Alive's Joe Ripley joining us live outside of the Fulton County Jail tonight. Joe, where does Tyrese's case stand right now?
Well, Jennifer, we're still working to learn when Tyrese will next appear in court, but it was earlier this morning around 6 o'clock when Fulton County officials say Tyrese turned himself in to the Fulton County Jail here behind me, where he posted a $20,000 bond. So he's no longer staying here at the jail tonight, but he remains charged with an animal cruelty charge. That is a misdemeanor. Take a look here at his mugshot.
And I wonder, you know, I had wondered when I heard it was a misdemeanor, I was like, why would the bond be so high? Like a $20,000 bond for a misdemeanor?
From this morning, warrants say the actor knowingly and intentionally caused physical pain, suffering, and death to an animal by allowing his 4 Cane Corso dogs to run around his neighborhood more than 5.
Okay, so this says knowingly and intentionally did cause physical pain, suffering, and death to an animal by any unjustifiable act or omission by allowing his 4 Cane Corso dogs to run at large throughout his neighborhood more than 5 times over the past 5 months. And on September 18th, 2025, while the 4 Cane Corsos were out loose, they killed a friendly neighborhood dog named Henry while Henry was on his own property.
5 times over the last 5 months. 2 weeks ago, the dogs killed a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel named Henry. Warrants state Henry had broken ribs and severe internal bleeding. We obtained newly released 911 calls from Fulton County emergency officials in which you can hear neighbors voice their.
Okay, so I'm not sure. I haven't listened to these 911 calls, but I'm going to give a trigger warning just in case. I think it might be the man that we already heard, but just in case.
For terror over the dogs roaming around and their frustration over what they feel was a lack of response from animal control.
They walked up in my front yard and immediately turned around and got in their truck and left with the officer standing there with me. That was about an hour ago. And they were supposed to call me to let me know what's going on because we're afraid to go out of our house. They're 150-pound dogs with a bite of a lion, and they're very dangerous dogs. This has been going on for about a year now. We've said other videos, and the animal control will do nothing.
And I actually had said that too. Animal control, if they had gone out when that woman called to say, I can't leave my home, and animal control came and was able to keep the dogs off long enough for her to get to the car, they should have taken those dogs right then. Because if they're being aggressive and not allowing someone to leave their home, that's not okay.
And now Fulton County Police say Tyrese was issued warnings before the incident 2 weeks ago. We are told that Tyrese's attorney says that the actor and singer expresses his deepest condolences and is fully cooperating with authorities. For now, we are live outside the Fulton County Jail. Joe Ripley, 11 Alive News.
So there we have it. We'll see what happens, but I don't think he should have rehomed those dogs. Like, that's shady. That's shady. Going, knowing that they're looking for your dogs and you rehome them. I don't know. I hope law enforcement ends up, at least figuring out where the dogs are and doing something, because they're clearly right. Team Brit, he put a new family in danger because he's saying they're in safe and loving homes. Well, that doesn't mean anything. Are they going to be kept in a secure area? Because clearly you didn't do it. You didn't keep him, he could have had an electrical fence. There's no reason why those dogs should be running around all over the neighborhood. And Pookie says, my cat named Henry is across the road and I can't prove it. I didn't get him chipped. Aw. His sweet brown eyes remind me of my little girl's puppy eyes. I know. It's so sad. So sad. All right. So I have a couple of more stories for us today. The next one I haven't looked much into, but I think I might want to look more into it. This is a teenager who is accused of a multi-million-dollar cyber attack. 15 years old. Oh, and I didn't even realize $15 million. So the title is 15-year-old accused in major casino cyber attacks. Caesars paid $15 million after extortion. A 15-year-old. And he didn't even leave his house.
An Illinois teen is accused in 2 major cyber attacks against the Las Vegas casino groups, while a prosecutor says one of them, Caesars, paid the alleged hackers millions. Good evening to you. I'm Brian Loftus.
And I'm Denise Valdez. The 8 News Now investigators inside the courtroom as more was revealed about this juvenile case. Vanessa Murphy joins us in studio with the latest for us. Vanessa.
Denise and Brian, prosecutors say this teen is responsible for a multi-million-dollar cyber attack against major casinos without stepping foot outside his home. Now, in order to get inside the courtroom in this high-profile case, we had to agree not to identify the teen or his parents.
This is a large-scale conspiracy involving social engineering and essentially what could be called cyber terrorism.
At the age of 15, this Illinois teen's accused in the cyber attacks against MGM Resorts International and Caesars Entertainment back in 2023. Now 17 years old, he turned himself in as he faces charges for extortion, conspiracy, and more in Las Vegas in a case reaching Nevada, New Jersey, Illinois, and the UK. The alleged cyber attack.
Wow. And the thing is, he's still a minor, so nothing will probably happen. I'm guessing his parent, where did the money go? Where'd the money go? And I would hope that his parents weren't aware. See, now I'm going to get, let me see, 15-year-old, oops. Okay, so this was from a week ago. Let's see. Whoops. Nope. Okay, so apparently he's not the first. There was another one who was dubbed the Mafia Boy. That was a while ago.
Caused major disruptions.
The lines were horrible.
Yeah, it just took us so long to even be able to check in.
I asked them for a confirmation email. They said, we're not doing anything electronic, everything by paper.
Prosecutor Summer Clark revealing Caesars paid a group known as Scattered Spider $15 million after extortion and threats. The FBI still can't track down $1.8 million Caesars paid in Bitcoin currency, and MGM lost $200 million.
Holy shit. Holy crap. Holy crap. Right, Team Brit? Where's that comment? What's sad about this case is that this kid is a genius and could have gotten a sweet job in tech. Yeah. So the FBI can't find 1.8 million. Okay, so they ended up paying 15 million. Caesars did.
The FBI still can't track down 1.8 million Caesars paid in Bitcoin currency.
And they can't find 1.8 million in Bitcoin. So I would assume that means they found the other 13.2 million.
And MGM lost $200 million. That's while an MGM spokesman disputes that figure in an email to the 8 News Now investigators, pointing to an approximate $110 million loss covered by insurance.
$110 million loss. Holy shit. $200 million.
Clark also says more than 65,000 Social Security numbers were stolen. The FBI raided the teen's home in December 2023 and then last February, when Clark says agents found hidden laptops, for example, under a bathroom sink.
The level of sophistication he possessed.
Holy, like this kid. Like they need to, like his brain is, I don't even know.
And the criminal acts he is capable of cannot be overlooked by this court. We don't know what subject has access to, who he has access to, or how he has access to it.
Defense attorney Richard Schoenfeld
is still a child,
arguing for the teen's release from custody, pointing out he flew to Nevada with his mother to surrender and he has no criminal history.
He is the poster.
But he did it for 2 years. I mean, yeah, he flew to turn himself in, but it's been how long? This was in February.
Child for the intent that the legislature had in terms of what we do in juvenile justice.
That is true,
Judge D. Butler acknowledging the allegations.
It is very serious and is harmful to companies in our community.
And then ordering the teen's release with constant supervision in a home in Las Vegas with a parent or grandparent and no internet except for school. He's expected back in court November 20th. Prosecutors say they'll try to have the case moved to the adult system.
While they may not be the typical offenses we see for certification, such as physical violence, firearms, or carjackings, they are actually no less serious and no less egregious in the effects that these crimes have on others, not just individuals, but companies.
We did not hear from the teen in court. His defense team tried to prevent media access by filing a motion. The judge let us in that courtroom, though, with restrictions. Brian.
Several adults facing federal charges in connection with this same cyber attacks. While MGM did respond to the 8 News Now investigators' request for comment, they did not hear back from Caesars.
That's insane. See you, Team Brett. Thanks for stopping in. You'll be waiting on my house offer? Okay, I gotta do some of the financing. Yeah, gotta get the financing figured out. Gosh, that's incredible. All right, so I have 2 more things. The next thing is, I had seen this yesterday, and Prince William spoke with Eugene Levy, who, if you don't know who Eugene Levy is, I remember him from the movie American Pie. And this was just a really cool interview. I'm not a huge fan of the royal family, but I do think that Prince William does a lot of good. He's like his mom. And this was just a cool interview.
I am optimistic. I'm generally a very optimistic person.
This morning, Prince William sharing some rare personal insights with Eugene Levy.
Yeah, I think stuff to do with family overwhelms me quite a bit. You know, worry or stress around family side of things, that does overwhelm me quite a bit. But in terms of, you know, doing the job and things like that, I don't feel too overwhelmed by that. Not now, anyway.
The job? Well, he's going to be king one day. William telling the reluctant traveler that things will be different under his reign.
I think it's safe to say that change is on my agenda. Change for good. And I embrace that and I enjoy that change. I don't fear it. That's the bit that excites me.
A taste of a more modern king.
This is your mode of transportation.
It is right here.
William sharing with Levy the trials of last year when both his wife and father were diagnosed with cancer.
I'm so proud of my wife and my father for how they've handled all of last year. My children have managed brilliantly as well.
Catherine is in remission now.
Yes.
Yes,
She is, yeah.
which is wonderful.
It's great news, exactly.
How did that affect the children, if I may ask?
Everyone has their own coping mechanisms for these sorts of things, and children are constantly learning and adapting. We try to make sure we give them the security and the safety that they need. And we're a very open family, so we talk about, you know, things that bother us and things that trouble us. But you never quite know the knock-on effects it can have.
And the prince stressing the importance of his work-life balance.
Because for me, the most important thing in my life is family, and everything is about the future. And about, if you don't start the children off now with a happy, healthy, stable home, I feel you're setting them up for a bit of a hard time and a fall.
The interview, I think, a really good pairing. Prince William says he's also preparing George to be king one day, and how important it is for them to sit down to dinner together, and that none of his children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, have phones. Apparently, Louis is...
Wow. And I'm trying to think. The oldest one is... Oops. The oldest one, let's see. How old are Prince William's children? All right, so Prince George is 12, Charlotte is 10, and Louis is 7. And they do not have cell phones. Very interesting. Very interesting.
big into trampolining instead, though. Like, he, you know, but I think that was
good kid stuff.
super interesting.
Really I thought it was great. And the future king seemed very relaxed and unguarded. We really saw a different side of him.
Yeah.
Well
I wonder
done.
how long you can hold off on the phones. That's interesting.
Yeah.
How long did you manage to hold off on the
We didn't last very long. 5th grade.
Royalty. They're just like us. Yeah.
Okay. And I wanted to see. I was trying to find, it said courtesy of Apple. So I'm guessing. Oh. Okay, so it's The Reluctant Traveler season 3. Ah, here it is right here. Comedy series. The Reluctant Traveler with Eugene Levy. So it is Apple TV. Oh, or Prime Video. Okay, so I may need to watch that. I have Prime Video. So you can watch on Apple TV or Prime Video. Because it looks like a really cool interview. Marie says, this generation of his family are making a difference. I agree. I agree. All right. So the last thing I have is about a wildlife photographer, but this is about his biggest challenge. So the title, How a Wildlife Photographer Found One of His Biggest Challenges with House Cats. And I watched a little bit, but I haven't watched the whole thing. And this just, one, it's cute. And two, I just find it fascinating how, you know, he kind of gets into how he does his photography, and he has to now do things to prove that his photos aren't AI generated, which is a huge thing. I mean, AI now, it looks real. So let's see what he's got to say.
If a picture is worth 1,000 words, the work of animal photographer Tim Flack is epic. He's traveled the globe capturing images of endangered and exotic species to man's best friend, with a goal of connecting each species to us. In his latest book, the aptly titled Feline, Flack focuses his lens on cats. We visited his studio in London to see why this project was especially...
Oh my gosh, look at that cat. It looks like Zorro. Oh my gosh, look at his coloring. This one looks like an owl, or not an owl. Oh my gosh, it was in was it Never Ending Story? Those fuzzy things? Or no, the Dark Crystal. It wasn't, let's see, the Dark Crystal. They were like these fuzzy things, fuzzy dogs. Oh yeah, right here. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Let me open this image in a new tab. So that cat on the right reminds me of these furry dogs in the Dark Crystal. Oh, it does kind of look like Gizmo too, a little bit. Hey Angie, how are you? So this is what it reminds me of, this little fuzzy thing from the Dark Crystal. They were like little fuzz balls. So funny.
Especially challenging and how it goes beyond just some cute photos.
So I think, yes, if we can get water calm and just lying there.
At times, it is quite literally
Bring water at an angle.
like herding cats.
Oh, that's a grumpy look from water there.
But animal photographer Tim Flack
Come on, water, you can do it.
always seems to find a way.
Now, Lolly's being very professional here. That looks like he's enjoying himself now.
One snap at a time, capturing the spirit of each creature he photographs. Why did you want to photograph animals?
I think what I love is this idea of another sentient being, feeling and emotion, but there's a divide, there's a sense of otherness, and I love the idea of creating a sense of sameness, bridging that gap.
In photographing animals, as compared to people, I have to imagine it's far more difficult. Is it?
I suppose that the humans don't sort of sometimes pee in the studio or whatever.
You hope not, right?
We hope not. We hope you've got them properly trained. But generally, to be fair, our animals are pretty well behaved.
And when they're not, well, Flack says that can be even better.
I think it was Picasso that said, I don't seek, I find. I love this idea that the magic comes from something that reveals itself rather than something that's totally locked down in your imagination before.
An apt description of Flack's latest project, Feline.
And I did just drop Tim Flack's website link in the chat if anyone is interested. And Feline. So that must be on Amazon. Let me look up that book. Feline. Tim Flack. Yes, it is. $70. $70. And it is going to be released on October 21st of this year. I will drop that link in the chat as well if anyone's interested. Looks pretty cool. Personally, I will see if the library gets it. first.
The perfect book for this lifelong cat devotee, or so he thought.
Well, you're talking about cats here. And to camera. No.
He's not
No,
happy,
no,
that
no.
one.
I mean, a dog, squeaky toy, pig, maybe a sausage on a stick. Not bang, you got them.
Yeah.
Cats.
Oh my gosh, look at that photo of that dog. Let me see if I can back it up just a little bit. Look at that dog. Like, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Cats, it's all about what's in it for me. Why am I here? You want to give them something to feel like there's a reason to be here. It's been harder than I thought. A bit of a reward, yeah? Why work if you're not being paid?
There's a great saying in describing perhaps cats and their attitude, and that is?
Oh, well, I mean, yes, dogs have masters and cats have staff. So anyone can sort of relate to that.
Flack grew up with an affinity for visual arts, but admits he didn't pick up a camera until he was around the age of 18. Almost 5 decades later, his
Wow.
work has appeared in publications from National Geographic to the New York Times. Feline is his 8th book.
Oh my gosh, look at that kitty. How beautiful.
Highlighting the animal kingdom, capturing its images, a bit of a game of cat and mouse.
How do you get an image like this?
We have a hole in our floor, and we actually can put glass down and shoot up through the floor. So what's great is,
Oh my gosh, how
with
cool is
photography,
that?
you kind of want to extend experiences. So maybe you want to do something so fast you can watch the drips and see what actually happens. And then on other occasions, you kind of want to change the perspective. So you rethink what the cat looks like. And going through the floor is obviously another way of changing perspective.
Yeah. On their own, these pictures are works of art. But Flack also wanted to tell a story with Feline, which he does starting on the cover.
When we went to Borneo, we've had this guy we call Boy that looks like it's a bandit. In a way, we were trying to unmask the essence of being feline, and it kind of encapsulates that.
I mean, that cat, I don't think I've ever seen a cat with coloring like that. He is cute.
That.
Within the pages of the book, an array of information unfolds.
What they're doing is they move from their eyes to using their whiskers to create a map of the world. So they actually create a 3D map through
that's
air
so cool.
pressure that the whiskers pick up.
Photographs chronicle everything from the history of cats to their traits and behaviors.
We've called this chasing dreams, and I didn't know. First of all, cats sleep twice as long as we do. And what they're really doing is that they're rehearsing the hunting sequence so that when they're ready for action, because they're geared up to have incredible night vision, they can be most
look
effective.
at that one.
So that's why when your cat is laying around doing nothing, he's actually busy rehearsing.
Flack even used his own brain imaging and the work of a world-leading neuroscientist to explain our social media animal obsession.
Oh my gosh, look at that one. Look at his poor little whiskers. Oh my gosh. He is a hot mess.
I got an MRI scan done in my brain, and we overlaid data that showed what the responses to kittens and human babies are on our brain. They light up an area here where the empathy is, but adult faces do not. They only activate on the sides of our brain.
So a grown cat doesn't activate this. Just
Yeah, exactly.
kittens. So this is why I'm constantly scrolling, and every time I see the puppies and the kittens,
That's right. You can't.
I have to keep looking for more.
In fact, I've had people who they say about 25% of people don't like cats, right? But they'll
I
still
love
engage with
that,
the
the
kitten.
progression.
The project took about 2 years, with Flack traveling the globe to capture his subjects. And unlike works of the past, with Feline, he takes readers behind the scenes of his shoots.
Oh my gosh,
QR-coded
they're so
journeys to prove his images aren't AI creations. And that's not all.
One of the things that's quite interesting with taking pictures today, which I wouldn't have done 10 years ago, is as I crafted my pictures, I then had to put all the stuff, all the loose hairs back into the pictures, because I realized that they won't feel real. And that actually that the evidence has to feel like it's a true document.
Cat lover or not, Flack says
Oh my gosh, these little cats, oh my gosh, I don't remember what they're called, but there is a YouTube channel that I watch, and it's a mommy and her babies. And I don't remember what they're called, but these cats.
line is for everyone, with a message that lives well beyond these regal creatures' 9 lives.
What's my takeaway after I look at this book that you think will resonate the most with me?
I hope that we sort of think about the fact that animals around us are like an extended family, and that maybe we also don't just look from in the domestic environment, but we look out and question the importance of our connection to nature, and that ultimately our future depends on that. And that I hope that it celebrates the wonderment of the feline, but indirectly reminds us how important it is to be connected to nature.
Pure catnip.
Yeah, yes.
Pure catnip.
Thank you. The book is out later this month, and you can see it's so beautiful, this
really
coffee
is.
table book, and these incredible images at the back. You've got to see
Oh, that's a
because it's
pretty
this
big
one.
book,
He did such a
too.
beautiful job in all of these crazy ways of getting photos. It's such a delight.
And
you got to find the photos.
He sounds like a delight too.
He was.
He
It was
can
a lot
tell
of
a story.
A lot of fun. And I'm telling you, those cats gave him a really hard time in studio while we were there. The dogs, just get a sausage out. You're good.
Yeah, there it is.
And the one thing I noticed is that he had a lot of chimera cats that he had shown. And so I'm just going to talk about chimera cats. And they are cats that have two different, like it looks like they're two cats put together. They have that line down the middle of their face. And so this is a chimera cat. So this is from Possum Couture. Possum Couture. What is a chimera cat? These awesome two-faced kitties have created serious wonder over the origin of their incredibly unique features. We have done some digging, and now we want all the chimera kittens. It's amazing. I had one foster years ago that had a split face like that. But she was more torty colored. Yeah, it is impressive for sure. As can be seen from popular photos of chimera cat, is generally seen to be a cat with two different color faces split down the middle, and very often with heterochromia, two different color eyes. Look at that one, is so freaking cute. How does this happen, you ask? Well, it's all very science-y. It's down to a rare genetic mutation. While a chimera cat is a singular organism, it is genetically its own fraternal twin. Crazy, right? This phenomenon occurs when 4 parent cells form together either as 2 already fertilized eggs or as 2 early embryos that have fused together. As the cells had already started to develop in the separate embryos, each half keep their original phenotypes, which determines their appearance and marking. This means that the resulting cat becomes a mixture of all these genes, which can lead it to have this super unusual combination of fur, eye, and marking colors. Yeah, they are cool. It is. It's like you have 2 different cats and you put them together. They're their own fraternal twin. This phenomenon can often be seen in a combination of orange, white, and black, but a chimera's cat markings can come in many colors combinations, including gray and black like this awesome kitty. So cool. How common are chimera cats? This manifestation of the double-sided face kitty is very rare, as it's not something that happens in the normal course of reproduction. There are other types of cats called calico cats, or calico. Is that? Oh no, it's supposed to be calico. I was going to say, I've never heard of calico. Calico. I love calicos. who have unusual patterns of fur, which may lead to confusion. Calicos, however, are genetically different to a chimera. They are a single kitty with an XXY composition of chromosomes, 2 X chromosomes and 1 Y chromosome, rather than a fusion of 2 early formed embryos like a chimera. The only way to know for sure would be a genetic test. No, thank you. Can chimera cats pass on their unique traits? A question that often arises is whether the striking features of a chimera cat can be inherited by its offspring. Given their unique genetic composition, the reproduction of chimera cats presents a fascinating puzzle. Can the split-face trait, a hallmark of chimerism, be passed down through generations, or is it a singular genetic event as unique as a fingerprint and as ephemeral as a shooting star? And then it just gets into different stuff about the chimera cat. So I'll share that if anyone is interested in reading the rest. But they're so cool. So cool. Doesn't that happen to people too? That I don't know. I mean, there are fraternal twins, but I don't know if they necessarily would become one person. I don't know. I think that's a little too sciencey for me. All right, y'all. Well, thanks everybody for being here. I do appreciate it. I hope that hopefully law enforcement finds Tyrese's dogs that he so conveniently rehomed before he turned himself in, because I feel like they need to keep these dogs quarantined for some time to make sure that they are not a danger to any other pet or human. I do plan on going live tomorrow, 4:30 Eastern, but I'm going to wait and see how I feel after work. It is a short week. Well, for kids, it's a short week. We have meetings on Friday, but Columbus Day is on Monday, so the kids have a 4-day weekend. I have a 3-day weekend. So 4 days this week, and then 1 day without kids. It should go pretty quickly, I hope. So if you do have any stories that you would like me to cover, feel free to email me at headstonesandheadlines@gmail.com. If you haven't hit that like button, please do so on your way out. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, morning, wherever you may be. If you're watching on the replay, #replay, leave a comment below. And until next time, y'all, I will see you on the flip side.
You have one shot on stage, what you got to play? Generic drops for days, still the people rage. Am I not insane? Can you stop and explain why these drops are so lame? Is money buying you fame? I'm fucking on, I'm killing it with this song. You haters can sing along or go back where you belong. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with giving up, moving on. Cause I took your girl to prom, she can't help but sing this song. Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out, can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out, and my high harass. I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out, can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out, and my high harass. I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. She's so on like a light switch, flirting back. There's nothing wrong with the way that she's working that. I just want that body bad, come on baby, bring it back. I'm so gone, faded off a 30 rack. She's so on like a light switch, flirting back. There's nothing wrong with the way that she's working that. I just want that body bad, come on baby, bring it back. I rap with a passion, yeah, I got it in me. I've been waiting quite a long time for y'all to hear me. It's about damn time you put some stock into me. You're either sponsoring me or fucking bothering me. And the fact is, we just practice on this madness. That is why our status is like a canvas. Chances our advancement is enhancing, and this new expansion's like a mansion. Comes off till the lights go out, till my legs give out. Can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out. And my high progress, I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out. Can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out. And my high progress, I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse.